A packed Huntsman Center crowd saw a great game between BYU and Utah with the Cougars coming out on top. Why would you expect anything different? Vernon says, well, it's funny. It's only a packed house because they're playing BYU, and half the fans there are rooting for number 9 BYU. Utah's back to little brother status. LOL, exclamation points, laughing, crying emoji.
Why is that funny? Didn't we expect that?
Yes.
It's been drawn crappy.
For years.
Yeah.
And BYU's been the better team for years, although they have gone up there and been beaten in the Huntsman Center.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, the money that Utah made, the athletic department through BYU's fans buying tickets counts just the same.
George says the Muss needs to go to more games and they need to practice with that big flag. BYU took over the arena.
Now, what was the deal with the ultra big flag?
Oh, it said Muss on it, and they got it backwards.
It's upside down.
Upside down, reverse. Yeah, it was messed up.
The sum.
Well, at least it wasn't the popular Utah student section, because then it would be pus. You don't want that.
Excellent point. Could have always been worse.
Hadn't even thought about that.
Shiloh said, easy question. No, period. Easy.
What do you mean, no?
It's exactly what he expected. Why would you expect anything different? No, I wouldn't expect anything different. This is it.
Okay.
John, it was a great game and great effort from Utah. They're outgunned by talent and money. However, they did play with heart and effort.
Yeah, that they did. Yeah, I mean, obviously they got a nice guard tandem. They can hit some shots there. They got a chance to win a few ball games this year. I mean, this is the first year of Alex Jensen. When you're replacing coaches who are fired, normally you need at least a season, if not 2. And the way the world works today, you need cash.
There it is.
You need cash at hand to be able to go be competitive. I don't think that they necessarily need BYU money to be competitive. I don't think that's required.
Competitive, be an NCAA tourney team?
I think you can do that. Yeah. I think, Alex, I would be surprised if we're sitting here in 3 and 4 years if they're not at that level. But, if you want to be one of these contenders, I mean, you look at when they were contenders, when they did go deep, when they did go to the Final Four, they had multiple first-round picks.
That they did.
Yeah.
And first half of the first round.
And so can they get that in today's world? That I'm not sure. Majerus, Donnie, and Judd, they got those guys.
Different era, different rules.
Yeah. Doliak was a sleeper. Van Horn was not. He came in with some acclaim, and he ended up being the second pick of the draft. And Miller, was a prop kid, which I don't hear about that, so I assume they don't even have that anymore. And so other schools backed off of him, but I can recall talking to Donnie Daniels on the phone one time, and I knew who they were recruiting, and I knew of Andre Miller, and I said, hey, and they would let you know if they got somebody, so then you'd put it in the paper, and so I said, there was standard. Let me know if he commits, or give me a call when he commits. And Donnie said, oh, I won't have to call you. I said, what do you mean? He said, that loud scream that will echo throughout the Salt Lake Valley, that'll be mine. That's what he said to me. So obviously
So when is Alex going to land a player that will make him scream throughout the valley?
They're going to have the money.
Yeah.
And so that's the
See, because I don't think they have to have 3 of those guys on the team at the same time. But if you don't have one of them, how are you going to get to the tournament?
I think you do have to have 3 of them.
To get to the tournament?
No. I'm not talking about getting to the tournament.
That's what I was talking about.
I don't think they need the top-level money to get to the NCAA tournament. No. I'm talking about to recreate what they had in the 90s when they went to...
Now you need a pile of cash, and you do need 3 guys.
Yeah.
Much as BYU has 3 guys playing at a very high level.
Uh-huh. Until they get that money, I don't know that they're going to be able to do that.
But can the Utes get one of those guys so they can be an NCAA tournament
Yeah, I don't
team?
think I already said that.
Right,
In
so
3 or 4 years.
yeah.
But that's not going to be good enough.
Once you're in the tournament, you're going to want to win. Once you make your way.
Scally's up there talking about we can win the national title here.
Yeah.
That's the goal. It's not about getting to the tournament. It's about, like they did in the 90s, to be a threat. They were going to multiple Elite Eights, and they got it done once, went to the Final Four. But they were going to multiple regional finals. That was the whole objective in October when the season would start. So can they get to the NCAA tournament? Absolutely, they can get to the NCAA tournament. And there's no doubt in my mind. Utah State gets there regularly. Why wouldn't Utah be able to? I realize it's a tougher conference and all that, but still, they can get there because, my gosh, you look at the Big 12. I mean, there was a few years back, Oklahoma was like 8-11 or 9-11, and they got in. And they're like 8-9 teams got in. So to get in the NCAA tournament, there's just no doubt in my mind they can do that. You got to give them a little bit of time to beef up the talent. And I mean, actually, when you think about it, when he got the job and the team that they put together so quickly, this is a pretty good job this season. To be competitive against that big money BYU team, and you basically threw your roster together on the fly, and everybody left except Dawes, and you brought in an entirely new group of guys, and here you go. That's not a bad job already.
Much better than a week ago against Arizona when they were out of it pretty quick.
Yeah, they're playing in a half-empty arena. Alex himself said he was disappointed when Arizona came in that it wasn't full. Here it was full. It was energy. It's a rivalry game, blah, blah, blah. Throw the records out, yada, yada. Yeah. And then you take this team, a top 10 team, with multiple draft picks right down to the end. That's a pretty good performance for Alex Jensen in his first year in his third conference game.
Yeah, the best of their 3 conference showings so far.
Yeah.
DJ and PK, when we come back, more hoops. Steve Cleveland joins us. Stay with us.